I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road.
Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday. I think it's the 8th. I'm not sure. It's about 10:30. Oops, just my mirror. Maxx drove my car last. And oh, I'm not awake yet. God, scare myself. I'm headed down to Franklin County Planned Parenthood. They're having an adoption event today at a PetSmart up here in Roanoke. And I'm gonna help with that. I'm scheduled to take a rescue. I'm crooked, not literally, but well, yeah, literally. Named Dottie to the event and try to get her adopted. And I'm not coherent. Had a really... Oh, by the way, if y'all are tuning in to see a thrift haul, this isn't it. This is just kind of a day in Debbie's life, which is fascinating, I'm sure. Sorry about the sun and stuff, but I can't help it. It's better than the rain, which we've had, it seems like, every day since I was born. They did announce this week that we broke a record. We're not even at the end of the year yet, but we've already broke the record for the most rainfall for the year ever recorded in Roanoke, and I can believe it because it is just rain non-stop. Where am I going? No, I'm going this way. Maxx is not with me because he is volunteering at the VA today, and then he's going to go, he'll come home, eat some lunch, and then he'll go over and play, it sounds so silly, the man's 63 years old, he's going to play Dungeons and Dragons with a group of older guys that he's found here locally, and we've talked about it a little bit, so you may be aware of it, but yeah, he's thrilled to have found a live role-playing group. Most of them now play online, and he hates that. And these guys, they start at 40 and going up through their 60s, and I had been to one when Maxx and I were dating, 1999. He invited me to go one time and just see if it was something I might be interested in, or if I just wanted to see how things, what it was, and you know, back then, back in the old days, back then, it was going through that, oh, it's evil, you'll die and go to hell, and it's a I don't know, all that stuff. And I do not take anybody's word on anything. I always check things out for myself. So I said, sure, I'll come, you know, one time and check it out. Lord have mercy, them peoples. Maxx just says I have no imagination. I just say I've got better things to do with my time. I don't know, it's just bizarre. I mean, I'm not insulting anybody who likes to play it. If it's Maxx loves it, and I'm glad he's, you know, found a group and made some new friends and stuff, but it's just bizarre. I don't know why I'm looking, because it's no turn on red, so I don't know why I keep looking over there. But yeah, really, really fantasy stuff. You know, lords and dragons and kings or queens and elves and gnomes, and I'm like, no. I guess I don't have any imagination. So he's there, and then he'll be there. I have to say, I'm not political, I'm not going to get into that or anything, but we've got a lot of stuff going on here in this area in Virginia. And I don't know, the election Tuesday, I'm not going to get into but it just kind of made me feel, and I've noticed it too, probably in the last 6 months. We have one thing, they're trying to bring a pipeline through, an underground pipeline through a bunch of, I don't know if you know, but we live in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Through the Blue Ridge Mountains, through private, take land by eminent domain, and also just goes through people's property, because I don't understand this stuff, you know, like, you don't own the mineral rights, so we can dig up your yard and lay a pipe and take all your mineral rights and stuff away from you. But especially in a gorgeous national park, and plus the fact that we really don't, at this moment in time, don't need the oil. And the things I've seen happening, I said I was going to get political, I'd get political. But the things I've seen happening in North Dakota and Oklahoma and other places where they've done fracking and stuff, I got a problem with it. And then also, Virginia has had a ban on uranium mining, and we're one of the richest states that has uranium. Uranium. And they're trying to get that law changed. That's a state law, so they'd have to be a whole bunch of stuff voted on and all that. And once again, it's, I don't know. I just have a problem with lobbyists in general about whatever they're doing. But the lobbyists are hitting this so hard, and they're just going on and on and on. And I kind of would have not have paid that much attention to it, except they've gone, just put it front and center, and all these, they always say, it'll bring in 5,000 jobs, and you won't even, know once we've got what we need, and it's finished, and blah, 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 blah. I probably wouldn't even have noticed it if they just hadn't been running ads every 5 minutes talking about it, so I'm not real thrilled about that. Sorry, I got political. I didn't mean to. We lived in Louisiana, or I did, before we moved here, for 22 years. And we were just surrounded by chemical and oil factories and plants. And I constantly had sinus and allergies and just all kinds of problems, and did not realize, I know I had it. My doctor, you got allergies and sinuses and stuff, and I was constantly, like I say, had infections and all that, but I did not realize how bad it was until we moved up here, and it was like a miracle. Just unbelievable how, I don't know, I'm trying to think even. It took me probably 6 months to get it out of my system, and then probably another 3 to 6 months, because I do have allergies, to figure out what medications and things like that I needed to be on permanently for my allergies. I'm basically allergic to anything that is green or growing. Isn't that fun? Cigarette smoke. So God, I was so happy when they banned all the smoking in buildings. That was wonderful. And I'm allergic to shellfish. So that's easy. Of course, in Louisiana, everywhere you go to a dinner party or barbecue, that sounds strange, but you know what I mean, crawfish boil or whatever, it's seafood. So I sat there with ate a roll or something, but that's no big deal. I can always find food. You can tell I'm not starving. Where was I at? I have no idea. Oh yeah, the uranium and stuff. So yeah, I don't want the Blue Ridge Mountains to become, with pipelines and just stuff running all through it. And what's so strange to me is we have just tons and tons and tons and tons, hundreds of thousands of acres of open land, and they have tried to get wind farms built here. And they basically, which I'm for wind farms. I'd love to have a wind turbine on our house. I wish we did. But they won't allow it because it's on federally owned land. What? You're going to allow the oil pipeline to go into the Blue Ridge Mountains, but you're not going to allow a wind farm? And I know everybody says, oh, it'll kill bats, oh, it'll kill birds, I have to think I'm going the right way. I am. I don't drive that much on my own, so I have to look at these things. And, yeah, there's some merit to that. They've done tests on it and stuff, but I'm all for solar and wind power. If we had the money, our house would have both probably, but unfortunately right now it's still pretty expensive, and anything goes wrong or whatever to get it repaired or whatever, but yeah, would love to have it. And not even for the money that you would save, just basically the environment that you would save. Yeah, it's funny. It wasn't this past election. It was one before that, I think. I don't even know if it's an election. It may have just been, it had to be something. I don't know. But the Congress in Virginia passed a law, which I have heard of this. I don't know too much. I know just enough to get myself in trouble. But they passed a law that if you overproduced energy from your own private wind farm or solar or whatever, I know in a lot of states you can sell it back to the energy company and they'll buy it from you, and you'll actually make money per month as opposed to spending it. But here they passed a law that is illegal to do that. Which I thought, boy, we're really against that one, aren't we? I'm kind of one of those, I'm fine and I'll be quiet and I won't get upset until you basically do something really stupid like that. Then I really start thinking about things. The more I think, the more I don't like things. Excuse me, I'm drinking water. Thank you. Dry now. So, so I kind of, I don't know, all my group of friends are all involved in things, groups and clubs and organizations and nonprofits and stuff, and they don't throw it in your face or anything like that. Not obnoxious about it, but for some reason, after Tuesday's election, I'm not going out of my lane. I'm surprised I don't get stopped for driving. I just felt like I needed to do something. You know, I was telling one of my friends, I said, we're watching the news at night, and they'll be, on the news, it'll be like, oh, well, down in Elmwood Park today, they had a protest against this, or Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge, they had a march for this, and, you know, I mean, we have, compared to most communities, we have very little crime, but if somebody is killed or shot or hurt here or whatever, they'll have memorial, you know, things, and I never hear about them until, you know, like afterwards. So I was talking to this friend of mine, and she said, well, you need to get on, you know, like what she told me, the site I needed to get on. It's kind of like a Roanoke general thing, and they'll come up on Facebook for you like every day in the morning, and you can kind of see what's going on. I thought, well, okay, do that. So I did that, and I hope that helps me maybe find some things that I might be interested in helping out with. I also, my daughter-in-law is an attorney, and she deals with
the broken road that led me straight to you.